Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 20-somethings TV. A little bit of a different backdrop here today. We're all in our separate locations. Finally doing this telecommunically. We are in the future now. And so, of course, under being quarantined, we're all kind of stranded, but I'm sure we have plenty of good stories. For myself, I got a puppy, but I also have cats at home, and they don't really like the new puppy, and it turns out they apparently don't like me either. I don't know if you can see it. Unfortunately, I think that's going to scar, so I'm going to tattoo
that's
over
pretty
it.
nice.
Yeah, I know. It's a.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not a great thing to scar. It looks like I tried to kill myself, but I didn't.
Oh. All right. We're going to change the conversation up. I'm just going to start off by saying I've watched the Bad Boys movies in the past 2 days. Okay, that's something to talk about.
No, that's super relatable.
What? You haven't seen the Bad Boys movies?
I haven't seen the Bad Boys movies.
They're so good, okay? No. Hear me out. Probably the best movie of all time next to Shrek 2.
Oh my god, wait, no, Shrek 4 is still the better Shrek.
No.
Shrek 4 is the best.
No.
I've only seen the first Shrek.
You're a horrible human being.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, but we're in quarantine right now. Does that mean I can binge watch all the Shrek movies tonight?
Yes.
Except for the fact that I think you have to pay for them. Yeah.
No, you don't have to pay for any movie.
I think you
ever.
do. Okay. So if you want to do it legally, you do have to pay for it.
Listen, I know that we're supposed to be staying home, and I get that, and I'm doing my best, and I'm not seeing other people. I think you promise. But listen, I don't see anything wrong with getting in my car and just going on a drive, right? That's okay?
Well,
Buddy,
that's
I haven't left
fine.
my house in 3 weeks.
All right, so, like, I've done this thing where I meet my friends in, like, a Dunkin' parking lot, and we all go through the drive-thru, and we, like, park our cars, and we sit in our cars, and we just, like, look out our windows and talk.
That's fine. As long as, like, do you have, like, your phone? Is the window open or is it closed?
The window's open, but you're more than 6 feet apart from driver's seat.
Except for, like, low key. So the problem with the 6 feet apart thing that I have is that the flu and, like, a cough can go, like 100 feet. So in reality, I don't think the 6 feet apart is actually doing anything.
Yeah, but you have to use your common sense and use your brain. And when you're going to cough or sneeze, you kind of got to, you know?
So what if you get into a car accident and have to go to the hospital?
I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about the insurance I don't have to start paying for because Gino won't pay for it anymore.
I mean,
so let me talk about the hospitals real quick. Let me talk about the Rhode Island hospitals. So my dad's a doctor. He works at the hospitals. His parents live in New York, in the heart of the corona crisis. They are diabetic, overweight,
Yikes.
and old. And they're begging my dad to get N95 masks. My dad doesn't even get those masks, so I don't know what they're expecting. So we just sent them paper towels, and that was about it.
I was going to say, get, like, painter's masks or something. I don't know.
Well, no. So isn't the whole thing that, like,
yesterday.
now the masks don't really matter? Like, the CDC is saying use cloth masks for everything. Like, you can make your own. Like, my mom basically has been like, Annabelle, make us masks because I'm the only one that can sew. Like, with
my whole
t-shirts.
family, we made masks.
The masks don't help. They just don't help.
I've gone out to stores just to do essential shopping, like groceries for my grandparents, because I've gone
Hot
to stores
Cheetos.
I have to. Yeah, sure, essential, tomatoes, potatoes. But I've gone, and I haven't worn a mask, and a lot of people have, and I feel like I'm getting silently judged by everyone when I'm walking through the store.
Well, so I think, here, I live in Arizona right now. So nobody is wearing masks and nobody's taking precautions and everything like that, but I had to fly twice to get here. So I was, like, completely covered. I was, like, head to toe, nothing. And then when I got out of the airport, I was like, everything is going to be sanitized. I sanitized, like, my suitcases. I sanitized, like, everything. I washed my clothes. Everything went in the wash. Like, I was like, not taking any chances. But that's just, I also have asthma though, so, like, I'm low-key at risk, so.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing too. A lot of people are at risk whether they realize it or not. People are saying now that, like, even if you had, like, a childhood pneumonia or whatever, you're at risk. It feels like if you coughed a little bit funny when you were a little kid, you're probably at risk. As far as I know, I mean, the British Prime Minister's on a ventilator right now, supposedly.
I think that people don't realize that people our age are at risk because if you, like, vape or if you, like, juul, you are, like, your lungs are compromised.
Yeah. But here's the thing that a lot of people aren't really talking about in the midst of all this corona stuff, right? Global warming is, like, gone right now. Like, the carbon emissions and everything, there's, like, dolphins and whales and like, coral in New York right now, and it's amazing. But we haven't heard anything, as far as I know, from my girl Greta. Like, she should be, like, she should be celebrating.
Is she dead?
Oh, wait, is she the small one? Is she the tiny, like, the little...
Small?
I don't know, like, the girl, like, the, like, 13-year-old that's like, oh, I want to save global warming.
No, that's
I feel
Millie
like I'm
Bobby
like
Brown.
an asshole. I feel like I literally just told you guys that I'm driving around for fun, and now we're talking about this, and I feel like an asshole. That's great.
You should.
It's okay.
No, you really
I
should.
mean, what my family's
I
been
know.
doing is we've been biking everywhere because like we have our own little bike path here, so everybody's been biking, exercise.
Oh, and I just got word there are no Dolphins in New York.
Oh shoot.
I think that might be a different
I
basketball
figured.
team.
What?
That'd be pretty cool. Like going to the Verrazano and riding a dolphin through. For once, we might actually be able to.
so much wrong with that. Everything. I'm
Oh my
just
God.
so confused.
Yeah.
Listen though, like gas prices though right now. Speaking of global warming, I know people aren't going out and driving, but like I filled up my tank the other day and it was $1.32. Like
No,
that's all I
it's
paid.
so
per gallon.
it's so cheap. It's insane. Except for
I'm
like
about to fill up my
also
car.
I'm like so happy with the carbon emission right now, but
So-
like that's good.
I know people are quarantining, but I also have friends that are going, "Oh my God, gas is so cheap right now. I'm just gonna go drive around." So what do we do to like prevent that? Is there a way, or do we like? Here I'm talking to myself.
So what really can happen is Trump can put like the military out and like force people to stay home if it's not an emergency thing going
You
to
could
the
store
hospital or something
gasoline.
like that.
I mean, it's not safe or legal, but you could just fill up a bunch of cans and put them in your garage or whatever.
I just feel like you should be saving your money right now because it's pretty obvious that we're more than likely going to be heading into a recession. So everything's going to be just breaking around us. And that $8 you have right now could end up being like a lot later on or
Yeah.
nothing at all. You never know.
Well, I mean, it's like almost everybody. Like, isn't it that our like unemployment rate is like 40% or like 30%? It's like
Yeah, so
high.
it's like 38% yesterday, something like that, 30,
Yeah.
38.
yeah, I applied for unemployment insurance the other day because I got laid off due to the virus, and I was hearing that like I think at least in Rhode Island the amount of applications they're getting per day is what they used to be getting per week
Well, so
before
that's
it
exactly
started. So
like
the system's so overloaded.
the national level this was like 2 weeks ago, but the first week, basically they had like, what is it called? Like when it's the highest, whatever. Peak, there you go, peak numbers, and then the next week after that it doubled, and then again after that or something like that. So like people are just stuck.
I mean, if there is one kind of positive outlook after all of this, is that, people are consuming media far more than like ever before. And here's the crazy thing I read just before we started. Tiger King has been the highest rated continuous Netflix show ever at 15 days in a row. Now, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but
What?
I don't know. It's kind of overhyped.
It's been number one for 15 days?
Yeah.
That's insane. No.
And it's not that great. I don't think it would be
No.
number one at all if it weren't for Corona. Like my
Well,
grandma,
yeah.
she would message me every single day being like, you should see Tiger King. It's awesome. He's gay, he does drugs, and he has tigers. I'm like, Grandma, I don't care. It's 2020.
I think a lot of it has to do with the word of mouth and people just spreading the word about it, because I know that I had friends, I had coworkers, my family was like, you have to watch this, you have to watch this. Even like sometimes certain classes have been making me watch it. And I kind of hate it, but I watched it because word of mouth has been getting some good publicity somehow.
Well, yeah,
And,
because go.
It's an interesting story, but I got halfway through it and I was like, I don't care about any of this. They're tigers. I mean, that's cool, but whatever.
I mean, so yeah, no, same, exactly. Like, I think it's an interesting thing, but he basically set somebody out to kill somebody. Like, he's in jail right now. Like, I don't know.
It's just the
It's
classic
just a
old
messy
tale.
situation.
It's just everything of just the media putting the attention on for lack of better terms, a jackass, and just giving him all this publicity. Then the media falls in love with him, and now they're saying stuff about the lady Carol Baskins, who I only watched the first episode and got bored to death, and literally wanted to go out and stab like myself with a car or something. I don't know. That made no sense, but it's stupid. It's things like Tekashi 6ix9ine, like the media bringing in people and he gets attention for that, and even things like Donald Trump back in 2016 with how he blew up with everything, and it's poisonous.
It's all manipulation, which is kind of fun to watch if you're not a part of it or if it affects us. But I mean, I don't think it would have been popular at all if it weren't. It's sensationalism. Yeah, it wouldn't have been popular at all if it weren't for the coronavirus. I don't think anyone would care whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've binge watched like so many other shows that I would never watch again, and it's
My
just been
name is
happening.
Earl.
You should watch
Okay.
Psych. I'm pretty sure it's on
I've already seen
Amazon.
Psych 4 times.
Oh my
Stop.
god, amazing
It's
show.
the best ending
Oh.
that I've had that like made me like the talk afterwards that they have,
Yep.
like if you see it, like that's the
Yep.
best thing that's happened. That's basically what's going on here. Everybody should go watch Psych. Nothing else matters. There you
Nothing
go.
Did you see the
else.
movie?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
movie?
They're making a second one too. The second one was supposed
There's
to come out
a
soon.
movie?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It's-
I need to go see
It's pretty
that.
good. It's pretty good.
Actually, I'm like really disappointed that a lot of movies like that are coming out are like postponed. I wish they just like put them out online so I could just be like,
Yeah.
I would pay money to go see a movie like not in a theater, just like online.
I just saw something about that. Wasn't there that movie Artemis Fowl or something like that was Disney was
Yeah.
making? But they're just putting it straight onto Disney Plus soon. I think I saw.
Yes, Michael.
Can I say one thing? I want to demonstrate the correct way to call off really quick before we move on, because I have one coming. I don't want you to freak out. Disclaimer. Just elbow and go down, okay? I'm going to mute the mic, but watch my movements. You can comment.
Oh god, he has
Put a
corona.
lot of soul into it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to cough into a tissue, like Loki. That's the best
I
thing.
should probably cough into someone's face. It's
You know what? You
probably
have to use what you
healthiest thing.
have, because sometimes a cough is going to come whether you like it or not, and sometimes this is all you got.
It's like a
Well,
meteorite.
unfortunately, we all have corona now, so I guess this is our wrapping up point for the episode.
Oh.
But while we're all on ventilators in the ICU, I hope you guys stay safe out there. 6 feet, 12 feet, whatever feet you can. Just stay away from people right now and watch Tiger King.
No.
And if you guys want to see more of these awesome talk shows, follow us on 20SomethingsTV on Instagram. And, stay safe out there. Binge watch us.